That was a long time ago. No, look, obviously, as Shooks has mentioned a few times, Australia is a powerhouse in world cricket, and they've won lots of major tournaments, including World Cups and obviously Test Championship before. Actually, I just, obviously, in the aftermath of the game, seen some stats in terms of when the last time I lost in a final or, ICC event, when they reached the semis or the finals. So it's quite an achievement by the guys to get over the line on this one. Yeah, extremely fulfilling. We at the end of the day, we always try to keep perspective. Everybody makes a big deal about their bowling attack, and for obvious reasons, they are as a threesome from a seam point of view, and you add Nathan Lyon. It's a world-class bowling attack. But cricket, in terms of how we go about our stuff, we try and keep it as simple as possible. And, we tell the guys to assess the conditions and adapt accordingly. And that's how it works. So on day 3, statistically, it tells us that it's the best day for batting. And then at the same time, on day 3, the sun came out. So, cricket works that way, that when conditions are in bowlers' favours, they can bowl you out for 55. And you can be up against the same quality bowling lineup, but when conditions change, even within the match, as it did on this occasion, or from match to match, conditions sometimes can be in the batter's favour against the same bowling lineup. So you can't just say, well, it's these bowlers, so obviously they're going to get our guys out. Cricket doesn't work that way. Things change all the time, and that's why it's important to assess conditions and play what is in front of you, rather than play history or the guy's reputation and things like that. So before the start of the run chase, I only said 2 things to the guys. I said, we got the batting group together, and we just basically said, you guys are good enough to get these runs. And I was a little bit more experienced now as a coach, so certain words and phrases are important. So I was quite specific in not saying, don't rush to the end of the game. Rather, don't rush to the winning runs, because the end of the game can mean that they win, right? The winning runs means we're winning. But when you're in that situation, you're so anxious to get there that you want to keep going. And there was more than enough time for us to get there. Time would never be an issue. So why that message was important for me is so that people can stay calm. The winning runs will come. Don't rush to get there. It will come. Just stay calm. It's the most special thing in my sporting career. I remember being a young coach at the Cobras, and it's exactly something that I mentioned to my team back then that I want to achieve. But if you achieve that at provincial level or franchise level, the Titans are not going to be happy about that. I'm talking about winning as a diverse team. Other provinces won't be happy about that because that's one province winning. But when you achieve that as the country, this is exactly what it is about. So to have the opportunity to be a part of that, it's truly special. It's a special occasion for all of us and for the country. So there's one incident, and I mentioned it on day 3 when Temba got injured. Temba doesn't give enough detail there about the decision around him continuing to bat. So obviously Temba gets injured shortly before tea time, and with our experience, Shooks and myself, we're feeling maybe he should retire. There's a few reasons why we feel that way. One could be that he might change his game and play loosely because he can't run and lose his wicket. 2, he might affect Aiden because Aiden might hit the ball for a 2 and can't run a 2. They can only run a 1, and that might frustrate Aiden. So obviously we had some conversations with Temba, and from his side, he wanted to continue batting. I think the most important words for me within that tea break came from Aiden, because now conversation moves from Temba to Aiden, And I'm asking him, how do you feel? Is the running between the wickets going to affect you? Are you going to get frustrated? And his words were, this partnership will win the game. That was his words. And he said he wants the captain with him. This partnership will win the game. Don't worry about the twos, coach. We'll take the ones. We'll hit the boundaries. But he wanted to keep that partnership intact. And that sums up your question about the bond that they have, the support they have for one another. At the end of the day, we will never know. Had we retired Temba and Tristan Stubbs goes in, what he might have done in the situation, we'll never know that. But the point I'm trying to make is he wanted the captain with him. They knew that that moment was pivotal, and it turned out to be exactly that. No, to be honest, I haven't looked at any cycles before this one. I think as South Africans, we obviously had a generation where you had a batting lineup consisting of Smith, Gibbs, Kallis, AB, Amla, and out of all those names, there's about 4 or 5 of them in this Hall of Fame. Graeme was just inducted as well. AB's in there, Hashim is in there. Who else did I not mention? And the dangerous thing from a South African point of view is to compare every young player who comes up in the system to Hall of Famers, because not every batsman can be a Hall of Famer. So it's really important for people who are working with the young batters to understand that this is actually a good batsman. Because if you compare them to Hall of Famers, then everybody's not going to be good enough. Then you're just going to say, well, this guy is not good enough, that guy is not good enough because AB used to do this, or Kallis used to do that, and Faf used to do that, or whoever, right? You just got to take one person at a time, identify what they're good at, and like every other player, we all have limitations, and we try and brush up on those limitations. Something that I shared with the team beforehand, because a lot was made about, as you say, the batting averages and comparing them against Australia. And we spoke about the youthful nature of this batting lineup, right? Which means because they're youthful, they haven't reached their ceiling yet. Their ceiling is still coming. On top of that, everybody from media, spectators in the ground, people watching the game around the world, any person who will watch this game from any vantage point will have an opinion about every individual's ceiling and the team ceiling, and the message is simple from our side. Let them believe what they want to believe. We burst straight through the ceiling. That was the message. We'll burst through whatever they feel the ceiling is, we'll burst straight through the ceiling. And that's exactly what they did. So fair play to them. Aiden Markram played in innings, had burst straight through what any person ever thought he was capable of. He burst straight through the top of that. And the thing is that, like Shuk says there, and the thing, we don't say much. We just want to make them believe that they can do that. That's it. We don't talk a lot, but make them believe that they can do that. And they will do it.